Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we dig into the weird, wonderful, and sometimes downright disgusting parts of history. Today, we're heading back to ancient Rome, a civilization known for its incredible engineering, powerful armies, and, well, let's just say their bathroom habits were something else entirely. Have you ever been sitting on your nice, clean, private toilet and wondered what people used before the invention of soft, two-ply paper? No? Well, you're about to. Let's just say it puts our modern complaints about scratchy public restroom paper into perspective. The Romans, for all their genius, had a solution that was both resourceful and communal. Meet the tersorium. The name might sound fancy, but it was essentially a stick with a natural sea sponge tied to one end. This was the Roman equivalent of toilet paper. After they finished their business, they'd take the tersorium, dip it into a nearby bucket, and you get the picture. They'd give themselves a good rinse. Now, you might be thinking, a sponge on a stick. Okay, a bit rustic, but not too bad. But hold on, because the story gets so much better. The water in that bucket wasn't just plain water. It was usually either strong vinegar or salt water. The idea was that the salt and acid would act as a disinfectant. Whether it actually worked is a whole other question, but that was the theory. And here's the kicker, the part that separates the ancient Romans from us modern folks. This wasn't a personal, single-use item. Nope, the tersorium was shared. Imagine a public restroom today. Now, imagine one single toilet brush being passed around for everyone to use. That was the reality. One sponge, one bucket of murky vinegar water, and dozens of Roman citizens. They would use it, rinse it in the shared bucket, and put it back for the next person. Talk about community spirit. It's a miracle they didn't all succumb to dysentery. Though historians are pretty sure that germ theory wasn't exactly a hot topic of conversation. It's a classic example of Roman pragmatism colliding head-on with a complete lack of understanding about hygiene as we know it. Now, where did all this communal wiping take place? Not in private stalls with locking doors. Roman public latrines were marvels of social engineering. Picture a large room with long benches made of marble or stone. These benches had a series of keyhole-shaped openings carved into them, spaced just far enough apart for someone to sit. There were no partitions, no privacy screens, nothing. You'd be sitting shoulder to shoulder with your neighbors, friends, and complete strangers, all doing your business together. These latrines were often beautifully decorated with mosaics on the floor, frescoes on the walls, and sometimes even statues of gods and goddesses, like Fortuna, the goddess of good luck. You'd probably need her on your side in there. For Romans, going to the toilet wasn't a solitary, private act. It was a social event. Business deals were struck, gossip was exchanged, and political debates were had, all while sitting on the commode. It was the ancient equivalent of a water cooler chat or a networking lunch. Philosophers might discuss Stoicism while their neighbor was, well, otherwise engaged. It's a bizarre image, but it was a fundamental part of daily Roman life. They truly believed in a public-first approach to almost everything. But these social hubs weren't without their dangers. In fact, a trip to the Roman latrine could be surprisingly perilous. Underneath those stone benches were complex sewer systems, like the famous Cloaca Maxima in Rome. These channels carried waste away, which was a brilliant innovation. However, these dark, damp tunnels were the perfect breeding ground for all sorts of critters. It wasn't uncommon for rats to scurry up through the toilet holes, giving unsuspecting Romans a nasty surprise. Even worse, snakes were known to find their way into the sewer pipes and slither up into the latrine. Imagine sitting down to do your business and being greeted by a venomous viper. And if creepy crawlies weren't enough to worry about, there was an even more explosive danger. The decomposition of human waste in the sewers produced a significant amount of methane and other flammable gases. Every now and then, this gas would build up to dangerous levels, and a stray spark or just spontaneous combustion could cause a sudden, violent explosion. The latrine would literally blow up. Romans were so aware of this risk that they would often carry magical amulets and whisper prayers to Fortuna before entering the toilets, hoping to avoid a fiery end. It was like playing Russian roulette every time nature called. So, with all these horrors-shared sponges, public viewing, exploding toilets, and surprise animal attacks, what did the wealthy do? Did the elite citizens of Rome really share a sponge with the masses? Of course not. If you had money, you had options. The richest Romans had private toilets in their villas, which was the ultimate luxury. And for wiping, they had much softer, more pleasant alternatives to the communal stick sponge. Soft wool, imported from faraway lands, was a popular choice. Others preferred to use small pieces of cloth, often linen, which could be washed and reused. For an extra touch of opulence, these cloths might be soaked in rose water, providing a fragrant and gentle experience. It was the ancient Roman version of a luxury wet wipe. But there was another, more baffling option available to the wealthy that sounds like a joke: pumice stones. Yes, you heard that right. Smooth, porous, volcanic rocks, the same kind of stone we might use to scrub dead skin off our feet today. Historical sources and archaeological finds suggest that some Romans used these stones for personal cleaning. How this worked without causing extreme discomfort and injury is a mystery that historians are still debating. Perhaps they were exceptionally smooth, or maybe Romans were just tougher than we are. Either way, the idea of using a rock for that purpose is mind-boggling. It just goes to show that wealth didn't always equate to comfort in the way we imagine it. So, the next time you find yourself in your bathroom reaching for that soft, quilted, maybe even scented roll of toilet paper, take a moment, pause, and give a silent thank you to the progress of human civilization. You are living in a golden age of hygiene and privacy that a Roman emperor could only dream of. Your bathroom is a sanctuary, not a social club with a risk of explosions. You have your own personal paper, not a shared sponge on a stick. We truly are living in luxury. As the saying goes, the Romans walked hand wiped with sponges so that we could run. Thanks for joining me on this trip back in time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the gross side of history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments what other weird historical facts you'd like me to cover. Until next time, stay curious.